it's Rachel from All About Planners. In this video I'm doing a review of the Right Stuff Planning Planner. So this one is a medium page size. It is about 6.75 inches wide by about 9.25 inches high, so I call that medium. It has a laminate cover, as you can see, so just like a thin cardstock with laminate. It is pretty bendy and it's gotten a little scuffed coming from the US here to Australia, so the laminate, as you can see, it shouldn't be doing that. It is a little flimsy. It's about, I'd say, just over a centimetre thick, so not too bad. And it has the wire binding, so you can't add and remove pages. And it also looks like the coil is pretty full already. So if you like to do full sticker spreads, keep in mind you might fill up the planner and have to rip some pages out in order to keep decorating. The overall design of this planner, I really like it. It kind of reminds me of plum paper, very simple, clean design, simple, easy to read fonts. So first off, we start with long-term goals, and then you have the short-term goals page, vision board, and then some tips on how to use the planner, and then we go to the year at a glance. So I really like this color scheme, something a bit different, not pastel, not bright, sort of in between with some neutral type colors in the mix as well. The font is really big and easy to read. You've got the little mini calendars and then space for you to put whatever is important to you underneath. So you could do birthdays. You could use this for like a blogging calendar overview. That's what I tend to use them for. So very handy. I really like the layout. There is a bit of awkward space down the bottom here where they could have expanded things out, like the line spacing is quite small. That would be really my only con about that page. So the monthly calendars, I really like them. Simple, maximizes the page. You don't have any dead space. It is a US calendar, so it has the US holidays printed. You can find the month easier with this giant thing on the side because there are no tabs with this planner. It has the dates at a glance for last month and then the next month. The little mini calendars start on a Sunday, as do the annual, and so does the monthly. And then down the bottom here you have a last month I accomplished, which I'm not really sure why you would bother including that, because I do that with the previous month's calendar. But anyway, you could always white that out. And then they've got the this month I will accomplish. So yeah, if you don't like those, it's pretty small font, you could easily just white it out anyway. They have the dates shaded for the next month and for the last month. Let's see if they combine the boxes. So January, and then if I flick a couple, usually September in most calendars has it split if it's going to. Like, it's got the little coloured tabs up here. It would probably be quicker if I wasn't doing this one-handed, but anyway. Right, so they don't combine the boxes, but they do expand it to 6 rows rather than the 5. At least you still get a decent amount of space to plan, but yeah, I don't know why they don't just restart the numbering instead of shading it out. See how that's shaded? It's kind of pointless because you're not going to use those boxes anyway. Alright, so let's have a look at the weekly spread. So as you saw when I was flicking, different colours for each month, which is cute. I really like April. And then the weekly spread has an hourly layout in vertical with the top priority section. So from 6 AM until 6 PM, 12 hours. I probably would not use that purely because I'm at my day job during the week and I don't need an hourly planner. But even if I did use an hourly, I wouldn't want it to start at 6 and end at 6 and then have such a small tonight section. There's also no lines either, so if you have crooked writing like I do, it could get a bit messy. I do really like the top priority section though. Then we have the little dates at a glance calendars again for the current month and the next month. Is that really necessary? I don't think so. I don't know why you would include that on the weekly spread when you've got it on the monthly calendar already. It just seems like lots of dead, wasted space. And it also has a really big margin up the top as well, where everything could be, you know, moved up and create a bigger planning spread. And then over here you've got a quote, which is cool. I don't mind that, but yeah, it's just a bit little awkward, dead space happening in the sidebar. You've got a weekly goals section underneath, and then a how did I do. So I don't mind that. You've got like, this is the start of the week and then the end of the week, because not many planners include that. It's just like weekly spread and some notes. If you're someone like me that prefers to have a full width for Saturday and Sunday, this one combines them into 2, so you lose that extra column. Probably not such a big deal in this one because they have this second sidebar over here with all of the notes columns, so you could just keep that as, you know, Saturday, Sunday, and then make that little section your weekly notes or whatever you wanted to use it for. So it is quite a practical layout for a 7x9 if you don't mind. those few little quirks that I pointed out, like the margins and the hourly start time, so not too bad, and it is something different from the typical vertical if you're a bit sick of those layouts. So we've got all the weekly spreads. They start on a Monday, and that monthly calendar started on a Sunday, which is a bit disappointing. I do much prefer when they keep it consistent. However, I know not many planner companies do that for whatever weird reason. So you've got a pretty mint color for October, some yellow and orange. When the month is split over 2 weeks, they have the little arrow there, which is a good idea. So yeah, quite pretty colors. We have a note section at the back. Just before that, let's look at the extra pages. So you've got the year in review, something a bit different where it like flags out the key things. I don't mind that. I've not seen a planner do that before. Something different, and you get nice big line writing space. The line spacing is different. So in the weekly spread it was quite close together, whereas on these add-on pages and the notes pages it's more of a standard decent line spacing. The year at a glance for next year. Contacts, don't know why planner companies still include them, so I just put that on my phone. And then all the notes pages, you get quite a few of these, get a lot of them actually, heaps. Probably the most out of any planner that I've come across, like a good chunk of it is notes pages. And then at the very back they just have that little feedback page, which is quite a good idea because not many planner companies actually want the feedback. They just, I guess, look for it themselves rather than encouraging you to contact them directly. And then the back cover is this laminate, as you can see, very flimsy like I was talking about before. You shouldn't be able to bend it like that, and see how it's already dented. That was just in transit getting here, so I don't know how well it would hold up after a whole year of use. I just don't know if I showed all those colours, so I'll do a quick flick just before I end this video, just so you can have a look at the different colours. Pretty nice colour scheme, and it matches those dates at a glance pages as well that were at the front. The little mini calendar previews, wherever they've gone. Anyway, so on the whole, I quite like this one. If they did other layouts, I'd be interested in looking at them, especially the horizontal. If there is one, I'll have to check that out. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more planner review videos. I usually do 1 or 2 each week.